The slow mesh RPOs, one of my favorite little wrinkles in college football 25 when Wake Forest had them, but due to a coaching change, they were nowhere to be found in college football 26, but now they are back. Thanks to the Troy Trojans and their veer and shoot offense. So in this video, we are just going to be going through in practice mode, showing the difference between the slow mesh RPOs and your regular RPOs, why they might be better, and show you every single one that Troy has in here, and some other really fun looking things they've actually got in this veer and shoot style playbook. So we can just hop right on in to practice mode here and go take a look. And thank you to everybody who has been commenting on the previous playbook review videos, telling me about this, because I would not have found these without your guys' help, and I love me a good slow mesh RPO. So let's just hop right on in here with Troy. Now, these RPOs are going to be ones that are called RPO walk whatever. RPO walk alert post is one we're going to see a lot. All RPO walk alert power, all that good stuff. And probably the easiest way to actually find them is just come into your play types and you can just look through all the different RPOs in here, but I went through and actually just wrote down every single formation that has them. So let's go to the first one here. It's gonna be in wide doubles off set, so right off the rip here. So we have the RPO walk alert post, walk alert screen, and a play action with it too. For the purposes of this, we're going to kind of ignore the play actions. We're really just going to focus on the RPOs. Now, first thing we're going to do though, let's call just a regular RPO, like close RPO power glance. And let's see from when we snap the ball, how long do we have a decision on if we want to throw this or keep it as a run. So we're just going to keep it as a run. We're going to count together and see how long it takes. So snap, 1, 2, you got about 2 seconds to see if you want to make that throw or if you want to give it to your halfback. Snap, 1, 2, 1, 2, and that was actually great blocking by the boys up front. Good work there, gentlemen. But now, if we go to one of those RPO walk plays, the slow mesh RPOs, we'll just go with alert post here. Now we'll snap and see we have an extra second on our decision-making process here. So snap, 1, 2, 3. Now we get 3 seconds instead of 2, you know, and 50% more time can add up quick. And the big benefit of that is going to be these deeper routes, these ones that take up maybe a little bit more time to see if they're getting open or not, like this post that Hitchens is on. Now for me, my brain isn't going to be able to process things fast enough to look to the left and to the right, even with an extra second. So really, like a formation like this, I'm just looking over to the left. And a big thing with these is you can hot route some of them, not all of them. This one we can. So we could take Y, we see a set like this, maybe we just want to throw them on a streak or something like that. And we have an extra second to see, is that safety going over there to help? Is the outside corner coming over to try to take that away? If he is, do we have X kind of coming underneath? So if we throw a streak over here, looks like they're all backing up. That's just going to open up the run for us. And I have really bad run vision. It's real bad. It's a problem. I'm big at just running straight into defenders. It happens a lot. So again, we see that kind of safety over the middle of the field. This could be a cover 1. This could be a cover 3. If it is a cover 3, we love this streak over here on Hitchens. You could put something different on lot too if you just want to throw them like on something a little bit faster, like a drag. You could do something on B if you wanted to. The only one we can't hot route A because he's not on a route at the start of the play. They won't let you hot route him, but the other 3 we can kind of do whatever we want. So we see that did kind of look like a little cover 3. The slot corner was coming, trying to recover, trying to get back there, but just didn't quite have the time. So being able to mix in these different hot routes with an RPO that takes an extra second to actually get off. See there, now we can just kind of keep it, let that blocking set up nice for us and take our 10 yards. Like, I think there's a ton of potential to be really nasty with an offense like this. I've never really been one to hot route RPOs, but I do think it makes a lot of sense in an offense like this and could really be gross. We see that press man. We're guessing this is probably man coverage, so you could do, you know, you do a lot of different things that can beat man coverage. Maybe a corner, maybe the post itself will be fine. You could do another drag right over here. Let's just throw them on like a slant or something and see. So sometimes be a little bit quicker. That safety came down blitzing, the corner didn't follow him at all. Honestly, a post or something vertical could have been even better there. But having that extra second, being able to hot route those guys over on the left, a deadly combination. Now, I did get a report from a comment the other day that illegal man downfield, not a big problem, at least compared to how it was in 25, because it felt like it happened a lot in college football 25. Early reports in just from comments from you guys. I haven't actually even tried this in a real game yet. You can get by without those illegal man downfield problems. Now, I do want to call something out here on this RPO walk alert screen. This is dumb. Like, you just can't. The blocking's weird. Y never catches this ball, so really we're only looking over to B, and we can't hot route this play for whatever reason. But if we take this and it looks like Y's open, he just doesn't catch it. He just doesn't catch it. We can't put him on anything else. We can't put him on a flat. We can't do a thing. They're all coming inside. Can we make that throw? Okay, that time we actually caught it. Maybe we just have to wait till like the last possible second here. Last possible second. You know, he caught it, but he was running backwards. So I would probably avoid this RPO walk play in the Troy playbook. Hopefully it's something they can patch. Hopefully it's something they can fix. But RPO walk alert screen, I would probably stay away from that one. So those are the only two in wide doubles offset. Then we go over wide doubles, Y off stack. We've got one in here as well. RPO walk alert screen. We have a little RPO over to the stack side here. So they're pretty much always gonna be lined up with two defenders over on that left side. But with us having that extra second, gives us the time to see if one of those defenders is coming in or not, and gives us somewhere else to look. Can't hot route on this one either. Let's see. So they are. Oh, I tried it. I even still took too long. I still took too long. Both the outside corners were actually crashing inside there, but I am too slow. Big slow boy. Trying to get that one. Yeah, see that one, they kind of stood still, but still gives us time to get that blocking set up and still be able to get a few yards at least. No hot routes on that one, but an interesting one. As long as you can see one of those two defenders coming in, that's a really, really good little slow mesh RPO over there too. But that is the only one in this formation. Our next one's gonna be in double Y off weak, which is right next to it. We have the RPO walk alert post again. That one we are gonna see in quite a few. That's a very popular one that they've got. Then RPO walk alert power. But this one, and really I think the big thing I would do with these is like seam streaks. It's kind of like those QB RPOs we saw Michigan have. Or I think this is going to be a really good like deep shot potential for you if we can see these guys. See, we had X wide open right underneath there, but I was just looking for that seam streak. Because a lot of the times it's really just up to that slot corner. If he's following, which he is again, I'll try to throw one to X. The outside corner was kind of following it. Should have just kept that one as a run. But really, it's just up to that slot corner. Where's he going? He's biting inside. Oh, I tried at the last second to throw that to Y because that safety was rotating over. He almost over-rotated. Was going to the outside, and we could have thrown that to Y on the inside. So again, he's kind of sticking with that, but we have a quick little one underneath there. Oh, you know, get yourself a one-on-one. Try to break a tackle or something. Some sirens going on outside. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully you guys can't even hear that. I mean, they're in prevent now, so who really cares? Let's just snap throw one, get them back in a different defense. And I like doing these against random defenses because, you know, I feel like that's kind of the best test. Really see if it works or not. So let's see. Oh, yep. So we can get that one to Y. So they were in like a cover 3 sky or something like that. The purple zone that slot corner was on, that's why he kind of zone chucks him there for a second. But because it's a walk RPO and because we have that extra second, we can see this, we can see that release, then we can throw one inside to our slot receiver. That was actually a perfect example of why I think being able to hot route these slow mesh RPOs could be an absolutely devastating combination. If that was a regular RPO, there's no chance we would have been able to throw that, but because we had that little bit of extra time, that helped open that up quite a bit. So we have those two, the walk alert post, walk alert power are the two here in wide doubles Y off week, and I'm pretty sure I got all of these. There might be a couple I missed, but I'm fairly confident I got them all. So we have a couple more here in wide Y off trips, and actually a crazy play that I really like the looks of. So we'll talk about that for a second too. We have the walk alert slant. Again, much like walk alert post, but he's on a slant route instead. Other than that, pretty much the same thing. And walk alert curls. But the one I really want to call out here, it's hiding down here, PA insert Y pop. So your tight end is actually kind of running almost an inverted wheel route where he's going in between the center and your right guard and then going on a streak down the field. If we can get these linebackers to freeze just for a second on a play action here, I love this play. Now, I don't know if Troy's tight end is very good or if he's very fast, but I really, really like this idea of it. They blitzed at us there. That other linebacker stayed down put. we can throw it to our tight end before he gets up to those safeties. But this play, I think, has a ton of potential to be just nasty. And of course, it's just a play action play, so you can do your different hot routes. You could cancel your play action, but for this specific one, I actually think it's really important to keep it, because the area we're really trying to attack is over the top of those linebackers. So we want to keep that play action to try to keep those linebackers down a little bit. But just a fun little wrinkle here in this veer and shoot offense of Troy in a play I had never seen before. That must be a new one for 26, for 27, unless it was hiding somewhere in 26, but I've never seen a route like that in this game. It caught me off guard, and I kind of love the looks of it. Just this wide off trips in general, I think, is very, very good. Yet, you know, of course, you're gonna have a lot of different runs. Veer and shoot, how I like to do it is we pretty much always come out in a run play. Then if we have the numbers in the box, we just keep it as a run. Then we hot route to some different passes if we have to. But being able to mix in these slow mesh RPOs and this play action insert Y pop, especially if we've been pounding them with the run game. Love the idea of that. So we got a few more, let's see, 2 more formations that have some slow mesh RPOs. Going to be in wide slot left weak and wide slot right. So in slot left weak, we have a walk alert slants and walk alert levels. Going to be our only 2 in here. And I think I do like the slant routes, the in routes, and the seam streaks. I think those are probably my 3 favorite things to have on these slow meshes. Ones that might take a little bit too long for like a regular RPO, but should be just right with that extra second added with the slow mesh RPO. So we have those 2 in this one, and then in wide slot right, we have got 2 more in here as well. These 2 right here, RPO walk glance, so a couple kind of shallower post routes on the outside, a little bubble going out to the right, and walk alert ISO post, a skinny post, which I really like that idea too, actually, with it being that extra second longer. Give you a great idea if you're going to be able to throw that one or not. So that should be every single RPO walk, every single slow mesh in the Troy offense. But I do want to call out some of these other veer and shoot formations that they got that I think look super fun with some new plays in here compared to last year, like in just their regular gun wide. We have like these 3 plays: a power read toss, a play action toss double post, and a QB draw RPO. And this one, I believe we can hot route these guys here too. Yeah, we sure can. QB RPOs and slow mesh RPOs that we can hot route. Gonna be a crazy combination for us. Again, I know it's Goose Crowder, which is a fantastic name for a quarterback. I don't know how fast he is or anything like that. It seemed like he had some decent wheels on that one. It looks like we're blocking everybody, looking good. Let's see if we're going to be able, can we get that over the top of him? Just barely. And I do have my catching meter and stuff turned off. I don't know. I've been messing with that a little bit. And I was in between having them either, wow, that linebacker just went to follow our blocking halfback. I was between having him offense only for like 10 plus yards, or just having it off completely. I think I'm just gonna keep it off, and definitely off on defense for me at least. Let's see if we can actually pop a seam streak here at some point. We sure can't, but my goodness. Goose Crowder, just take off and run, brother. Just go make some things happen. So having that QB RPO here in the wide formation, really like that. And we have some midline read options in wide, and I believe it's in wide offset as well. These runs really grew on me last year, specifically out of a shotgun or a pistol set. So read keys can be our defensive tackle on the right. Midline, we're pretty much always reading one of the interior defensive linemen. Sometimes it's a nose tackle, sometimes it's a D tackle, and almost all the time where you can just keep it with our quarterback. It's almost just like a quarterback run for the most part. There are certainly times, like sometimes in heavier sets like this, you're better off giving it to your halfback because we have that edge all the way on the right that's coming through totally unblocked. So you don't really have like a read key on that one so much. You can see that there wasn't a read key on that play. You just have to kind of use your best judgment and hope for the best. But oh, I actually meant to keep that with our quarterback, because you can see that D tackle. Gosh, now I'm used to that extra second. I'm used to those slow mesh RPOs, and now we're actually having to hit a button quicker, and it's kind of throwing me off. But just about every time, you can just keep this with your quarterback. We've seen every time so far that defensive tackle has been going after our halfback, and even when they're going after, oh, go goose, go goose. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Oh, thought we had a touchdown there. But even if they do have that D tackle going after your quarterback, it's usually going to be a very slow D tackle. long as you have a quarterback with decent enough speed, you should be able to outrun him anyway, even if he is keyed in on the quarterback. So using that, I like to use it more as just kind of a regular, just like a quarterback run. And the power read toss, I'm going to talk about this one for a quick second too, because I can't figure out how this works. Like if we watch the read key here, he reacts just about the same if he's keyed on the quarterback or keyed on the halfback. I haven't been able to notice too much of a difference until after you have to decide if you're pitching it or not. So we'll see if we can actually make a read here. But see, he comes in, stands still, and he's going to do that almost every single time. He takes like one step forward, and then we'll just kind of stand there. And you can't see, but that time I luckily kept it because he was keyed in on the halfback, but that looked just about the same. So now again, comes in, but then he's going right after the halfback, but he's a little bit too slow. And still, I don't think the pursuit angles got all that much better, honestly. So it comes in, stands there. See, that's all working nice. I want to get one. I do want to get one that gets blown up here because I do want to show it. That time he was after the quarterback. I do want to show that it looks just about the same no matter what key he's on. They just keep going for the goddamn quarterback. Midline, they keep going after the halfback. This, they just keep going for the quarterback. Come after the gosh dang running back, man. Comes in, there we go. And see how that didn't really look all that different? At least from what I can tell, he takes that same little kind of stutter step, just kind of stands there. But I can't really tell if he's keyed after the quarterback or the halfback on that play. I do think there's a potential there. I do think that could be a really good play. But we have to figure that out at some point. We'll have to really slow it down and see if we can see what the difference is. Wide offset, also one of my favorite veer and shoot formations. In 25 and 26, I was pretty much only going to be in wide or wide offset. Just the way my brain works on these, this was the easiest way for me to run the veer and shoot, come out in just like a quick base or an inside zone or something like that. If they have 5 in the box, just keep it as that run. If they have 6 or more, audible to one of these passes, and just try to attack where the defense isn't, essentially. Now, I do think the 0-1 trap might be new. Other than that, this wide offset is pretty similar to how it was last year, maybe a couple new plays, not a ton. Now, the two formations I'm actually most excited about in these veer and shoot is going to be the trips and the trips halfback weak, where we see another midline read option, we see another power read toss, you have a regular power read, some really good looking pass plays here with the slot wheel, the wheel curls, a little draw, swing out to the right, hitch mills is great, read option in there. I do want to actually see something. I use a lot of the time these are me just actually testing things out just in front of you guys here too. I do want to see this in route RB is on. Usually has been pretty dang good, where it's kind of, he's not curling all the way. He's taking a little sharper angle and then curling across. I want to see the real test of it is going to be in the Hawaii playbook. Yeah, that looked pretty standard. I didn't really see much there. I would love to get a little bit more. I'm just okay. See, that looked nice. That one looked pretty good. Because like in the Hawaii, they have in their run and shoot, they have play called Divide, which has a route that looks very similar to this one, and when he goes on his break, he like gets a speed burst and will just outrun his man coverage every single time. This one, let's see, left his guy in the dust pretty good there. Left his guy in the dust pretty good there. I like the looks of that. Let's see if this is actually man up 3 deep. This would be good. I'm hoping it's not cover 3. It is. Oh my gosh, just absolutely torched him. Just absolutely torched him. I like the looks of that, especially against man coverage, especially with how deep it is downfield, because if a user going over the middle, usually they're not going to be dropping back quite that far, especially if we decide to throw something on our halfback or take that choice route off of A and give him something a little bit different. So and honestly, what's nice about that choice route, though, is it is going to, it's going to result in a touchdown there, but that alone is going to kind of tell you what kind of defense they are in, because against zone coverage, he should go and sit in that spot. Against man, he's going to take that as an out route. So let's see. So this is going to be some form of zone coverage. Oh, big blitz coming. We still would have been able to hit A on that. So we watch A, he sits there, so it's zone coverage. And a lot of times we should be able to just snap throw that to him. So I really like the looks of this play. Out of wide trips. I don't believe this is a new one, though. I do want to say that one was in the game last year. RPO alert triple slant is absurd. Then some different stack formations, but this wide trips halfback weak with, let's see, there it is, a halfback direct out of a veer and shoot trips formation. Goodness gracious, don't mind if I do. Of course, you can have a lot of other good runs here, some RPOs, a few different things, but having a halfback direct in here is filthy business. That PAX over, I think has some pretty good potential there. Nice to have a corner strike. You have another midline read option in here too. Cross slot option. So some really good. The return sail looks really nice. You have an angle screen in here. Like this formation, I think looks unbelievable. And this is another one. I don't remember seeing this in 26. It's hard to really tell if it's brand new or not without looking through like every veer and shoot playbook last year. But I know it wasn't in the default veer and shoot. I feel like I'd remember seeing these plays and seeing a halfback direct somewhere in college football 26. And this formation looks phenomenal this wide trips halfback week. And you do have some wide 5 wide, which is very good, especially if you have a somewhat fast quarterback, which I'm actually just going to go ahead and check that right now for Troy, because this was the formation USF. Everybody I went up against last year that used USF use their wide 5 wide. Now, Goose Crowder, probably not the guy we want here. 77 overall, only 75 speed. Still a step up and on time somehow. This will still be a solid enough formation. Like the all go out of here is really, really good. Scissors, shot, cross, seat dig, all sorts of good different pass plays in here. But you can see you have a QB draw RPO. You have designed quarterback runs. Or to help with the veer and shoot, having a good fast quarterback goes a long, long way. Don't really have that with Troy, but for an ultimate team or a dynasty or a lot of different teams, because as of right now, you can use whatever playbook you want in Road to the College Football Playoff. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets taken away though, because I think if it was intentional, you would be able to do it from like when you're picking your team from that screen where you have the edit uniforms, advanced settings, all of that stuff. There'd be a thing for playbook like there is when you're loading into a dynasty game, for example, but that you have to do it from the main menu, from the settings, and set it as your favorite team makes me think EA just screwed something up and it's carrying over into Road to the College Football Playoff when it's not supposed to. So I personally wouldn't be surprised to see that be taken away in the near future, but who really knows? It's EA. Who could possibly say? But yeah, Troy, veer and shoot looks a ton of fun. Some of the new formations, the wide trips, halfback week, wide trips. For me, wide offset and wide, then all the slow mesh RPOs throughout all these different formations, mix and match different hot routes, see what you like to do. I'm telling you, having that extra second, being able to hot route some of those RPOs would be a really, really good combination. So thank you again to everybody who suggested Troy that we come in and take a look. I think there's some phenomenal stuff in here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll be back. We'll be doing the campus tour just about every day. Can't promise every day, but just about every day. Out at 6 p.m. Central with us going through and getting a win with every single team in the game. We'll do more playbook reviews just kind of as they come up throughout us doing that challenge. Any playbooks that look interesting, formations that stand out, we'll look a little bit deeper into all of those. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy.